welcome back to my channel. I wanted to sit here real quick, hi dog, and read something to you and maybe elaborate on it a little bit, but this is like the millionth time I've tried to make this, and every time I do, it turns into a rant, and I don't want to rant, and I don't want to be mean, and I just saw one of my chickens and thought, oh my gosh, there's something in the yard, but it's just, don't mind my messy deck, it's just a chicken, right there, chicken. So, their coop is so small that I can't keep them in it 24/7. I'm afraid they're like going to get depressed, so I let them out. And the majority of the time, they spend their time under the deck. Yeah, ugh. But anyway, sometimes they wander. So anyway, I wanted to get on and I wanted to read this, and I did not write this. And I cannot remember the name of the lady who did write it, and I'm honestly not sure if she completely, like, 100% wrote it, or if she got it from somewhere else, but I did not include any of the personal stuff, just it was a Facebook post, just the middle section of genericness, and I wanted to read it to you, and maybe try and expand on it, but I don't want to rant, and I don't want to sound mean. Hold on. Now there's 2 chickens. Oh, no, there's 3 chickens. Now there's 4 chickens, right? There. Is my other one. The kids are inside, so they're like, it's safe to come out. So anyway, here it is. And LEOW stands for Law Enforcement Officer's Wife, just in case you didn't know that. Being an LEOW doesn't come with a script. Those cutesy, you know you're an LEOW when lists, like you see on Pinterest, aren't accurate. You don't have to feel anxious about your spouse to be an LEOW. You don't have to be upset about the shift work, missing events, or going to events solo. You don't have to find bullets in your washing machine or love the sound of Velcro. You don't have to adorn yourself, your family, or your possessions with the thin blue line to be an LEOW. Even if these things don't apply, you're still an LEOW. Our walks are all different, and it's okay that I don't fit the mold of an LEOW according to the scripts or experiences of others. I often felt like I was being an uncaring wife because I almost never related to those things. And now I have a military helicopter going over. Sorry if you can hear that. I'm pretty sure it's military. It sounds big enough to be military. I suppose I should look. A normal human being would run to see what it is. Oh, nope. It is a flight for life. Oh, so. Anyway, so if you get the gist of that, there is kind of a stereotype. Hello, dog. You want to say something? No? Okay. There's kind of a stereotype that goes around the law enforcement wives community that you have to worry, you have to find pieces of equipment and pieces of uniform and bullets all over your house, and you have to be fishing bullets and casings out of the washing machine, and you have to hate night shift, and you have to hate going places alone, and you have to stress over holidays, and that's what makes you a law enforcement wife. And yes, at the beginning I hated night shift. Yes, at the beginning I worried all the time. But I think, and then I always hated him coming home late, but it's just the nature of the job. And I don't worry anymore. I won't say I never worry, because I do. There are some days where I will cry because I don't want John to go to work, and he feels horrible leaving me, you know, but, you hear somebody else's chickens? I hear somebody else's chickens. That's funny. Hi, dog. Like, you know, so I won't say I never worry, but I definitely don't wring my hands worrying. And I definitely don't worry all the time. And I definitely don't worry at night when he's on night shift. Him being on night shift is not why I don't sleep at night. It's because he's not here to tell me to go to bed or to go to bed with me. You know, if I don't have him to go to bed with or him to tell me to go to bed, I've got other things to do besides sleep. Which is silly because then I hate myself in the morning for it. But, you know, that's the life of a night owl. And I guess I'm coming on to encourage you that if you are one of those wives that do worry and do find equipment and bullets everywhere and love the sound of Velcro, that's fine. Don't take this as I'm like bashing on you or anything, because that's normal. That's normal. But the other normal could be that you don't worry as much, that you don't wring your hands every night, that you don't find equipment and bullets all over your house. I don't. My husband's equipment goes on his warrior rack, on his dresser, and the bullets and the guns go in the safe. And I can't name the last time I found a piece of his equipment home while he's been home. While he's gone, his flashlight ends up everywhere. But, you know, and the Velcro, it's kind of like white noise now. It doesn't, I mean, I understand. If you hear Velcro, that means your husband's home, safe, taking off his bulletproof vest and turning, like, back into your husband. Because there's also this, like, Jekyll and Hyde thing that wives make normal, that they're normalizing, that if you're married to a police officer while he's on duty, he's not your husband. He's the police officer. And no, don't even think about it. Sometimes she chases them and I saw her ears perk up. And sometimes, you know, when he's on his tour week, he doesn't leave it at work. He can't leave it at work. He's always the officer when he's on duty. And then when he's on his days off, then he's your husband. And that's normal too, but I don't think it's right. My husband can leave work at work. And if it's bugging him, he'll bring it home and he'll talk to me about it. I don't censor what he can and can't tell me. I agreed a long time ago that he could tell me the worst things. And I've heard some things that I just look at him and go, that's why you're the police officer and I'm not. Because I'd be in prison. You know what I mean? And just different things like that. And, you know, but he doesn't, like, treat us any different when he's on duty. I mean, even if he's in his uniform and he comes home for lunch, he's my husband. He's not the officer. He's my officer husband. Like, he's 2 in 1. He's not one or the other. What?
Where's the tiger blanket?
I probably folded it up and put it away.
Okay.
So that's another thing that people try and normalize is while your husband's working, he's not your husband. And I don't think that's right either. But I'm just saying, if you are a wife who doesn't consistently worry all the time and you don't sit by the scanner, oh my gosh, I can't listen to the scanner because it's noise. Not because it makes me worry, because it's freaking noise. I have 4 kids. I don't need any more noise in my house. And listening to the scanner is like trying to listen to 10 people talking on the same telephone line at the same time. It's awful. So if you don't sit and listen to the scanner all night, if you don't care about the sound of Velcro, if you don't decorate yourself in your house in thin blue line, if you don't find equipment and bullets all over your house, it doesn't make you any less of a law enforcement wife. You're just a type of law enforcement wife. You're just a different type. And yes, I think we are the lesser known type because honestly, that little thing right there is the first time out of like 6 law enforcement groups, that is the first time I had heard someone talk like I talk. And I honestly sometimes can't post because somebody will post something and if I posted, it would sound mean. And I don't want to be mean, but there are those of us who don't feel like that. And so I want to encourage you, if you're a law enforcement wife or a law enforcement family member and you're not the normal kind, you're not uncaring, you're not bad, you're not schnitty, I posted on there. I was like, thank you for posting this, because sometimes I read how all these wives worry and blah, 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 and I feel like a schnitty wife because I don't. It doesn't make me uncaring. It doesn't make me a bad wife. I'm just a different type of wife for my husband. And if I was a worrying wife, he could deal with that too. But I almost think, and I don't want to sound mean, but I almost think if you are an unworrying wife, it's a little easier on them. Because then they don't have to worry about you worrying about them. They can just go to work and know that you got their back. So, that's all I'm going to say. Just remember, there's not one type of a person, okay? There are multiple types of people in any category, career, walk of life, whatever. And you can't put us in a box because we're not all the same. So that's it. I hope you have a great afternoon, evening, whatever it is. It's evening here in Colorado. It's a beautiful evening. Colorado is currently on fire, though. Like, I don't know how many fires we have going, but it's getting bad. But it's June. Like, people almost seem surprised when they're like, oh, the state's on fire. And I'm like, yeah, it's June. Well, tomorrow it's July. But, I mean, it's summer in Colorado. We're always on fire. So, pray for the fires, if you pray, or send up good thoughts, or whatever. And, you know, think about that the next time you meet law enforcement or a law enforcement wife, that there are different types of us. And if you are like me, you're not alone. You're not alone. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, evening. Here we go again. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing if you're new. If you're coming back, thanks for coming back, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!